Hi, welcome to your weekly tarot forecast. I'm Mika and I'm going to be using the Mind's Eye Tarot for this today. Those of you who were on this channel for a long time already know that I used to do these videos on a weekly basis at one point years ago, and then because life does what it does best, I stopped doing it and now I'm back to doing it. I promise you my cloth is not dirty, it's just lint because my dryer decides of its own volition when the lint trap is actually going to catch the lint. So neither here nor there. Like I said, the Mind's Eye Tarot. This is a beautiful recent release by an artist, Olivia Rose. She is Scottish Jamaican, if I'm correct, and the artwork in these cards is absolutely stunning. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with shuffling, and look how beautiful this is. Absolutely stunning. Now let's go ahead and get started with shuffling, calling on spirit, on our spirit guides to reveal to us messages to carry us through the next consecutive 7 days, starting tomorrow, August 7th, 2023, and carrying us through to August 13th, 2023. And one more time. These cards shuffle like butter. I love it. Now, the spread I'm going to be using is one I made for myself when I do my own weekly forecasts. So here we have the card for the theme of the week. We have cards for the beginning, middle, and end of the week. And we have our opposing forces, potential. Move the camera a little bit. Technology, right? Okay. Come on. There we go. And the guidance to get us through the week. Now, I'll put this aside. The theme we have for the week is the Three of Pentacles. And I just want to take a moment to appreciate the use of the eyes as a motive. We're going to see these eyes throughout the cards, and I take this as spirit, God, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, whomever it is you call on, steadily watching us as we go through our process in life. And with the Three of Pentacles, we have the spirit of collaboration, not just with other people, but within yourself and with the forces at work in your life. The theme is to recognize that you are never alone in anything that you are doing, that there is always something or someone watching you and watching out for you. And the theme of the week is to really pull those forces in and let them help you grow the very thing that it is you're trying to grow, to build, to develop, to nurture. There's also a dreamlike quality here. The thing you're dreaming about is possible. You're being advised and called on to work with the forces in your life rather than work against them. I'm also picking up like a web motif here in her dress. Weave together look for ways to weave together an action plan, a process to work towards the things or to bring you closer to the things that you truly desire. So that is our theme for the week. And now we're going to get into the week itself. Some readers break this up into cards for every day of the week. I find that a bit cumbersome, So I just keep the energy split between 3 cards and let the energies of the images kind of tell their own story. So for the beginning of the week, we have the 6 of Cups, and I'm hearing sense of play. Approach the week with a sense of play, especially in the beginning of the week. Again, carrying the theme of spiritual collaboration. Work with your inner child, not only to heal their wounds, but find out what makes their hearts sing, what brings them joy. Our inner child is also intuitive. The cups is water. It represents the water element, and water is also correspondence when we're talking about spirituality. Our inner child is very intuitive. We always say children be known. Your inner child knows a lot more than the pain that it's been through, and we're being told to allow our inner child to play, but also listen to what they have to say in regards to the situations that you're currently in or the situations that are beginning this week, and explore how your inner child can actually help you navigate those situations rather than treat your inner child like this traumatized, helpless thing that has to be told to stop lashing out. Your inner child isn't always lashing out. Sometimes our inner child has messages that they're trying to share with us, and we could receive those messages if we stop ourselves long enough to listen. For the middle of the week, we have the 4 of Wands. I'm hearing marriage between ideas. Marriage between ideas. There's a connection being formed here. 4s are our foundation. What you're working on is you're going to meet it halfway. And it's going to be fruitful. It's going to be successful. Once you start doing what it is you need to do to bring yourself closer to it. This is also spirit of collaboration with another person. So combined with letting your inner child kind of take your hand as opposed to you taking their hand, letting them take your hand and guide you to situations where you can further collaborate with people who share the same visions as you, who are equally yoked in a vision and an idea that you can join and work with. There's also support here. Spiritual support, of course. There's also support in your waking life, in your material life, in the surroundings, in your immediate surroundings that you can turn to, and they will gladly jump in to support you. And your spirit and your inner child will let you know. Here's that I motive again. Your inner child and your spirits will let you know if this is a good match or if it's not a good match. And the end of the week, we have the Devil. Don't be controlling in this. Don't try to exert force over this. Exertion of force leads to problems. And yes, we want to finally get on board with people who are in alignment with us, but what we don't want to do is trap them or force them into positions of compromise where they're giving up aspects of themselves to appease us and satisfy us while we reap the full benefit of the plan that has been put into motion. I'm also getting release your habits and your vices. These are odd times that we're in. There is a lot going on in the world. Some of us are looking for escape through old habits that used to work when we needed to escape from the situations and the circumstances we were in before. We're turning back to those now. I'm getting guidance that we need to let those go, especially if we're people who leaned on vices. If you drink, if you smoke certain herbs, take that as you will. The message here is to either scale back or cut them out entirely, because they're blinding you almost to your intuition, to your inner child, to your guides who are trying to elevate you out of this position, out of being in the grips of escapism, and likewise encouraging you not to willfully exert your control over a situation. There's also the fact that you have to accept that there are things that are not supposed to be controlled, and the only thing you can control is yourself. And that will end the week for us. My own spirits are like going off the rails. They're like, I'm getting, if you try to exert force over this situation, you're going to be reminded that you don't actually have total control over it. And the only thing you have control over it is the role that you play in it. So that's the week in a nutshell. Here are the opposing forces. Of course, it's the Five of Wands. And the only opposing force in this situation this week will be yourself. No one else is putting up barriers here except you. And your spirits, your ancestors are literally just standing back and watching. They want to help you, but as long as you have hard expectations and conditions and you're inflexible, they can't step in the ways that they can to assist you. So they're saying lighten up, loosen up, and be more flexible. Also, let people help you. If someone has something that you need or they're in a position that you want to be flexible enough to let them in and let them assist you. So the only opposing force for this week is really going to be ourselves and how flexible we're willing to be in order to allow ourselves to receive the benefit of that spiritual collaboration and that material world collaboration in the form of other people who have access to resources and things we need to make our endeavors grow. And further guidance is the moon, the star of our deck. She is on the cover of the box for this deck. I'm just going to show you really quick. And look how beautiful that is. Refocus. The moon is telling us to listen to our intuition, listen to that inner child, listen to our ancestors and spirits. If you have to go offline for a bit to sit in meditation or just to sit in silent contemplation, do that. Because the guidance that you say you need is all around you. You just have to pause and listen, and all will be revealed. If there is something you're expecting to get an answer for, you're being told to actually be still and to listen. And not just spiritually, but in all areas of your life. When we exert force over a situation and we try to force our will onto situations and even people, we're actually blocking ourselves out from the messages and the downloads that we're looking for in order to move forward. So we're really being called to get out of our own way, get out of Spirit's way, and sit back and receive the messages that you've been asking for, and also to receive the assistance that you've been praying for or doing any kind of spiritual work for. There is a lot going on astrologically. I'm not an astrologer. I know the immediate transits that are affecting us, and that's pretty much it. But we've got a lot going on. We've got 4 planets in retrograde. We've also got Chiron retrograde. Chiron is not a planet, it's an asteroid. Chiron represents the wounded healer who decided, after spending much time in great suffering, that he would allow himself to heal from that suffering by helping others to heal. And the only way he could do that is to surrender his stubbornness and his refusal, the stress and the anger of not having total control over the situation, and deciding to let that go and follow his own intuition, his own spirit, his own guidance from the gods, and move in service according to that. You're being told to surrender your own anger, your own frustration, your desire to control your situation. You may not necessarily be suffering, but an aspect of your situation may be upsetting you to the point that you're trying to control it, so you feel like you're trying to control it so it can go the way you need it to. And Spirit is like, no, you actually need to be still, you need to be calm, you need to release all of that and trust me, trust your ancestors, trust your guides, and let us help you. And that is the messages for this week. One day I'll post a video explaining all the fun stuff that I've been through since the last time I posted a tarot video. But this is it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below in the comment section. I ask that everyone be respectful. We are all on our own unique journey. There is no right or wrong. There is only what works for us as individuals at the time we need it. And that's all I got. Until next time, be well.